Our next speaker, Cliff Boer. Rediscover your wonder years. Rediscover your wonder years, Cliff Boer.
They say you can't put an old head on young shoulders. But if you want to make discoveries, real discoveries, you need to put a young head on old shoulders. Mr. Chairman, Toastmasters, and guests, discovery is at its absolute maximum when we're young. But as we grow older, it may diminish if it's not nurtured. So come with me on a little adventure to rediscover our wonder years. But first, let's have a look at how people get boxed in and get the blinders on. Very quickly. Oh, me? No, I can't do mathematics. Art? No, I can't draw. What do you mean, music? No, you need nimble fingers to play music. I couldn't do that. You sing? Hey, I've got a voice like a vulture. I couldn't possibly sing. Well, computers? No, I can't even handle a remote control. Oh, dear me. Lucks? Everybody else has the luck, not me. I never win anything. I can't even win at bingo. Public speaking? You gotta be kidding. You gotta be talented to do that. Management? I can't even manage myself. What am I doing? I must take control. I must be in charge. Of course. Yes, I can do anything. Really? With those blinkers on? You're blinded. You can't see the possibilities. Let's leave our character and go and look at the possibilities that we had during the wonder years. Think with me about what it was like when you were really young. And everything was a discovery. A leaf falling down from a tree would entrance you. A fleck of dust lit in the sunlight would hold your eye as something wonderful. And you'd look down and pick up a magical wand called a dandelion. And you could blow the magical particles into the wind. And a frog. Oh, you could play with a frog all day long, and it didn't even need batteries. And a mud puddle. What a world of discovery was in a mud puddle. Mud pies splashing changed my clothes' colors, yes. Children try everything, especially their parents. You may remember, as I do, the first time you ever rode a bicycle. Oh, for me, it had these huge wheels and the saddle was up there, and I thought, hey, my feet won't even get to the pedals. But I got on, and my dad was holding behind and running behind me, and there I was riding, saying, don't let go, Dad, don't let go, don't let, Dad? And of course, he was about 20 yards behind going, and that's when I lost my confidence, right? Clonk. But I'd learned to ride a bike, and it gave me a new discovery. Of course, as we get older, we try other things. Some of them are failures. I tried golf. That was a failure for me, I'm afraid. Those of you who hook and slice your golf balls really badly would love to play with me. I'll make you look good. I was told that my problem is I stand much too close to the ball after I've hit the thing. But that's okay. I'm waiting for my time to come. One day they're going to invent a bigger golf ball. The funny thing is, once we get to this stage of having discovered and undiscovered many things through failures, that's when we start to box ourselves. And the world looks different, doesn't it? Isn't it sad to find out that as adults, leaves are something to be raked up and disposed of? Dust is something that belongs in a vacuum cleaner. Dandelions, why, they're just weeds in the garden. And as for frogs, well, they make far too much noise. And mud, well, that's something that's just there to mess up your floors and your rugs. Isn't that sad? And yet it doesn't have to be that way. We can discover. And discovery starts here. It's very close by. Let me give you an example. I have a friend in Australia called Des, who worked for a newspaper for 40 years as a typesetter. And at the end of 40 years, at the age of 65, he retired. Des felt just a little bit bored, and he went out and bought himself some art supplies and took up painting. Would you believe Des discovered that he is an artist? Not just an artist, but a brilliant artist. And he's made more money and had heaps more fun in the last several years than he ever had at his previous job. At 65, he discovered that. Now they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but nobody ever said an old dog can't teach himself a new trick. That's what Des did. Albert Sven Georgi said, discovery is seeing what everybody else sees, but thinking something completely different. Now I bet you there's an awful lot of discovery to be made within this audience here tonight. I'm willing to bet that the world's potentially greatest pianist has never sat down in front of a piano. How many potentially brilliant quarterbacks have never held a football in their hands? And how many potentially fabulous, wonderful public speakers have never talked to an audience? And how many thousands of possibilities am I looking at in front of me right now, just waiting to be discovered? And all you have to do is get the blinders off and go out and try to discover. They say you can't put an old head on young shoulders, but you certainly can put a young head on old shoulders. Do it now and rediscover your wonder years. Mr. Chairman.